Welcome back to Radio Shack. As you can see, we're here with more Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, it wasn't that long ago that we got the first character reveals for the characters for the series, and it was a couple weeks back that we got our first look at the villain of the series, Baron Draxum, voiced by John Cena. Now, quick thoughts on that. I think this is a pretty cool villain design for the series, and it does seem like it really fits in the realm of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so good job on that. I really can't wait to see what it looks like in action. And speaking of action, this past weekend we got the official teaser for the series, and I know there are people out there that are 50-50 on it. They either love it or they hate it, you know, just because it's so drastically different from the previous series. And isn't that a good thing though? Shouldn't each iteration be different from its previous version, just like how the 2012 version was drastically different from its previous iteration in the 2003 series, and so on? But in my opinion, I don't think this teaser trailer was that bad. It actually gave me exactly what I wanted. I think this teaser trailer actually did its job. It gave me what I wanted in what these characters look like in action, how the characters would sound, and how this whole series would look in general. Now let's talk about how the show looks. It definitely gives me that Samurai Jack feel, just like I was hoping it was going to. And the color palette, the color palette of the scenery looks very colorful, very vibrant. I really like that. And not only that, now that I got to see these characters in motion, because I was iffy on when they revealed us the character stills, but those were stills. And seeing them in action, they're starting to grow on me just a little bit. I have to see it in a full episode. And now we finally get to hear the characters in this teaser trailer. And since we started with Baron Draxum, John Cena, I was a little iffy going into it just because it's John Cena. Who doesn't know who John Cena is, and who doesn't know what he sounds like? But he didn't sound too bad as the villain Baron Draxum. I mean, we have to hear him talk a little bit more, but the way he sounded, you can obviously still tell it's John Cena, but he did change his voice up a little bit so to make it sound more villainous for this role, and I don't think it was too bad. And now hearing the others, hearing the Turtles talking, it meets my expectations, because in every iteration of the Turtles, of course, each character is going to sound different, each voice actor is going to sound different from the previous iteration. That's what it's supposed to be. But in each iteration, you can still tell which characters whom, anytime you hear their voice, you can be like, oh, that's Raph, no, that's obviously Mikey. And I like how that's continuing in this iteration of the Turtles. And speaking of the Turtles and hearing how they talk with each other, is hearing the chemistry between the two. That's the one thing I look in every iteration of the Turtles, how they react to each other, how they talk, and seeing the chemistry is there to actually make it believable that they're brothers, and it's still there, and I'm glad to see that. And getting to see each individual turtle in action was pretty cool, with being able to see what they could actually do. And one of the things that stood out to me is that we knew that Donnie was going to have a tech bow staff this iteration, and that is something I'm very, very glad to see, because for a long time I've been wondering why we haven't given Donnie an updated bow staff. He's been rocking the wooden bow staff for generations. Something that can be easily broken or something. I mean, yes, it's still effective, but something that can be easily broken by a villain. We've seen that happen numerous times against the Shredder in the 2012 version. But I'm glad to see they're updating it in this new version. I'm glad to see that, and it looks like it can transform into a different weapon for each situation, maybe? I think that's pretty cool. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, I noticed it while I was watching. Raph looks like a giant compared to the other Turtles. I mean, pretty much he's their Hulk. Let's just keep it at that a bit. But the one problem I do have is Master Splinter. I don't have a problem with the voice actor. It's the way he looks. To me, he does not fit in this show, in my opinion. The way he looks compared to every other character we've seen so far does not really fit, you know. And that's a bit of a problem. Hopefully it doesn't bother me moving forward when we actually get to watch the show, but that did bother me. But other than that, this official teaser did its job. It did what I wanted to do. It gave me a lot of action, let's be honest, the fighting choreography is not going to be comparable to the 2012 series, let's be honest. But it's very colorful. I love the design of the city. I love seeing how these turtles interact with each other. It looks very, very good and believable that they're brothers. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I don't have that much distaste for it. I'm still going to give it a chance. But, oh, did anyone else hear the music in the background? I believe that was the theme song for the series. I was kind of so-so about it, but maybe I have to wait until they release the full song. But yeah, what did you think about the official teaser for the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you going to give this show a chance? Comment below, let's get the conversation going. And as always, if you enjoy my thoughts, make sure you like, subscribe. And if you need to be notified, make sure you hit that notification bell, because I know YouTube's been acting funny lately, not putting people's videos in their sub boxes. But yeah, my last video will be in the description down below. And until my next video, I will see you later.